This is Carson Klute, and I am recording our final reflection for the work-based learning class. I'm going to go through some of my favorite resources that I've learned throughout this class and how I'm going to use them in class. I will start with a couple specific things and then go to my live binder on things that I found. The biggest thing and the biggest takeaway probably from this class that I was able to get is the Nebraska Career Readiness Standards. I did not know these beforehand and am thinking of what I've been missing out on and trying to incorporate some of them in my classroom. Previously I was a social studies teacher, and now as a career ed teacher, I think I'll obviously use these on a daily basis. But this poster in particularly, I'm going to hang up on my bulletin board, make reference to it, and utilize the lesson plan that we made earlier in the class, trying to get kids to be familiar with all 11 standards, but specifically ones that maybe matter to them most in the career that they're at least interested in right now. This is a sophomore and junior level class, a career class that I'm teaching. And I think from day one, after we get introductions out of the way, I'm going to start in with the Nebraska Career Readiness Standards. I'm going to have them pick a standard and then eventually interview a local, or even bigger than that, go maybe in our state or across the country, and how they utilize these standards. Maybe, for example, how our local welder uses critical thinking, or how a company like Huddle uses communication. These standards. I think I want students to be able to realize when they graduate that they came away with something useful, but that also we are just preparing them, whether they know it or not, for any job that they may come across. So I'm going to use the Career Ready Standards, and this poster specifically, it comes up with 5 ways here, and that is something I'm looking forward to. The next one, the next resource before I go to my live binder that I want to point out is this page with the career education models and career clusters, and going forward in the Nebraska and the career development toolkit. I like this because with the lesson plans that we have, it gives good ideas on how to implement the standards. As I said, I was a little lost. I was not aware that these existed. So going into a class, having to come up with a curriculum on my own, this helps and points me in a direction. I like that obviously I can filter and go to a specific standard that I'm looking to help my kids understand. So I'll be using the lesson plans a lot, at least as guides. Obviously I can add and supplement with other materials that I found, but this is an excellent starting point, something that I'm going to utilize quite a bit. Oops, wrong tab. Okay, in my live binder, I had several resources here that I needed to mark down, and I'm thankful that I did as we went through them. First of all, with the different phases, I wanted to make specific note of those, so that as I develop this program, I'm the first career ed, work-based learning teacher that we have in this program. So I'm kind of wide open in deciding how it's going to be implemented. And I think I'm going to follow the roadmap that's already set out there. I don't think there's a need to reinvent the wheel here. So I'm going to start with phase 1. Maybe as they're in middle school, I'm teaching several middle schools classes as well, along with the sophomores and juniors that I have as well. Start them in phase 1 early. I want to bring in a career fair. The lunch and learn seems something that's extremely beneficial. I have enough friends from college in the Lincoln scene that if there's someone who is interested in something that's not local, I think we can do a Skype-in session, a career speaker, but over whether it's Skype or Zoom or whatever. We can do them during lunch and have it be very informal. Obviously, going on to phase 2, I also would like to set up the job shadows and mentorships. This is the meat and potatoes of my job, is setting up these mentorships for students. So the first thing we're going to do as soon as school starts is take several lifestyle assessments and career assessments to get students to think about what they want to do, who they want to be, and then go and start making phone calls about the potential mentorships that we've set up. So using the assignments and the information that we have, looking at these potential business partners that we had to fill out, I'm going to make calls to those people around town and around the area, and hopefully get our kids involved in the mentorship. My eventual goal is to get into phase 3, where we have more students involved in things that will directly lead either from high school or through technical school, and even 4-year degree, but I'm thinking more trades. Students involved in opportunities that may lead to eventual jobs and careers, high-paying ones, and using this roadmap, as I said, the phase 1, 2, and 3, hopefully making it to 3 here, maybe not this year, but next year, just looking ahead. I've already pointed out the career standards, which is nice. I also want to use this resource in the labor market information. I want to use this to do several things. First of all, show kids what jobs there are and how many of them are and where they might have to move to. You know, if they want to do, this is a bad example, but if they want to be a fisherman, probably Nebraska is not the place to be a professional fisherman. However, if they would like to look at welding, that is something that is needed here. So it gives kids an opportunity to see what is out there and what they need to do to get that. And second of all, it'll drive our instruction as a school, and as I talk to my administrators and even the school board, and saying what direction we need to take this program. So these are 3 or 4 or 5 resources that I've came across in this class that I, first of all, had no idea that they're there, and then second of all, how beneficial they can be in my instruction. So I'm looking forward to implementing these, and I think this class was very beneficial. I give it 2 thumbs up in the highest rating. So I appreciate the time and effort it took to put this together and all the information that we received. Thank you.